let's go to challenge number 3. And again, this is something, again, you could have company-owned machines, but what we often find is that there is inadequate identity management. And identity management, as the world becomes more and more distributed, as computers move from outside that traditional corporate perimeter to a highly distributed computing environment, really at the end of the, or like at the beginning of the day, really, cybersecurity is all about managing identity and knowing that the person who's trying to access an application or a resource is who they say they are. And we come across organizations all the time, they're just growing like crazy, and they just have not matured to the point where they're doing proper identity management. And then it gets worse when you've got people who are remote, because then you really don't know who's accessing your applications, and it can get out of hand very quickly. Again, it's another hacker's dream. Traditionally, this technology was managed on premises, like at a headquarters location where you would have an Active Directory database. But, a lot of servers have gone to the cloud, people are becoming more distributed. And so the question is in a more distributed world today, how do you leverage identity management and directory services in a more cloud-centric way? So Sean, talk to us a little bit about what we do there.
Yeah, and I'll just tell a quick story. We started working with a company, I think they have about 25 or so employees, about 2 months ago. And this is the exact situation they were in. They had company-owned machines. I can't remember if they had local admins or not, but they had company-owned machines, but they had no kind of identity, kind of an access management solution. So every one of their users had a local login account to the machine, which poses a number of kind of security concerns and, quite frankly, manageability. We never like when employees leave an organization. However, in a situation where there's no identity and access management, the company has no way of shutting off access to be able to log on to the machine if we don't have a solution like this in place. Now, we can go disable SaaS applications and Office 365 and things like that, but we had no ability at this company that we just brought on to be able to go shut off access unless we put in something like an identity management solution. So we're big fans and big partners with Microsoft. So we leverage kind of Azure's Active Directory. I think they just recently renamed it, and I can't remember what the new Microsoft marketing term for it is now, but forever it'll be Azure Active Directory for me. So the great thing about that is we now have a central management solution. So as we have distributed employees, all over our city or all over the country, we have the ability to grant permission and remove permission from the cloud, which is awesome. We can also enforce multi-factor authentication. And just it provides an easier way to reset passwords and provide manageability and be able to deploy software and tools and things and just provide an overall better user experience and a better management experience for the employee and for the organization.
Yeah, and I guess when we bring on a new client, it's usually about a 2-week process, and we usually have what we call an onboarding project. And a lot of these sorts of like fundamental basic things are things we get at in that first 2 weeks of a business relationship with a new client, where we just, these sorts of things, these are absolutely mandatory things we've got to get in place to just stabilize the cybersecurity situation at an organization before we even talk about some of the more higher or more advanced cybersecurity approaches. So